Good morning, and this is my PowerPoint presentation. I commence this presentation with the acknowledgement of country. I acknowledge the Kabi Kabi and the Gubi Gubi people who are the traditional custodians of this beautiful land and sea. When I walk along the sand at Mooloolaba or listen to the waves, I feel a deep sense of connection to country. This place has shaped my experiences with my connection with my son and my growth as a person and as an educator. It reminds me that learning is all around us, in the tides, the winds, and the stories that have been told here for thousands of years. I give thanks to the First Nations people who care for this country and always shown a great respect. And I carry this respect into my teaching so together we can walk gently, listen deeply, and learn from that land. My connection to country. My connection to country is Mooloolaba Beach, and it sits on the land of the Gubbi Gubbi and the Kubi Kubi people, which holds a special and significant place for me, as I brought my son here every year for Christmas until he graduated high school. We created memories that have deeply remained meaningful for a lifetime. I continue to visit Mooloolaba to recharge and ground myself, finding peace in the rhythm of the ocean. I also have a strong connection to Tui Forest in Brisbane and on the land of the Turrbal and the Yuggera people, where I spend time trail running and a place that not only supports my well-being, but it's also where I met my husband. Being immersed in nature, whether it be by the beach or the forest, helps me feel centered and sets me up for positivity for the rest of the day. Going to these places always will be meaningful, and I visit them regularly and always sit there and remember the good times that I have had and the connections I have made to the land. The connections in my life, as you can see in these photos, is my father who passed away recently, my son who was 26 years old, and my husband who I met on Tui Forest while we were trail running. Each person in these photos have taught me all about life, my values, what it is to be me, and to be unapologetically me, which is a huge thing for me. We live life to the values we were taught, we respect each other with honesty and dignity, and they really ground me as a person. When I married my husband, he showed me there was more to life and that I could achieve what I wanted to achieve if I put my mind to it. Hence why I'm completing my teaching degree, and I know my father would be very proud of the steps I have taken to achieve this goal. My son keeps me grounded, he is my best friend, and when I look at him, I know that my reason for life is to show him that through hard work and determination, we can achieve all our goals. Now, my name is Vincenza, and I was named after my paternal grandmother. It is an Italian traditional name that has been carried on through generations. The name Vincenza is obviously Italian, and it's the Latin origin meaning conquering, prevailing, or victorious. It is the feminine form of Vincent and comes from the Latin verb vincere, meaning to conquer. The name embodies qualities of strength, triumph, and resilience. When I reflected on the meaning of my name, it actually resonated home. I am very determined, I am resilient, and they're the traits that I carry with me through my life. And I'd like to know that I am victorious in all the things that I do and achieve. And I hope these strengths and qualities come out when people do meet me. Now, what is culture for me? Well, being of a Sicilian family, the Trinacchia is my cultural artifact for this presentation. The symbol represents the island of Sicily where my family comes from. It features the three bent legs of a lady radiating from a central Medusa's head. And for me, it's a reminder of my identity, resilience, and my family's history. Growing up, the symbol is always present, even in stories my nonna told me. She would say, "This is who we are, strong, proud, and always standing on three legs, no matter which way the world turns." The Taranaki connects me to generations before me and stories of hard work and cultural pride. This artifact grounds me in where I come from and reminds me as an educator how every child carries symbols, memories, and stories of their own. And it's my role to make space for those stories in my classroom. And it's important to put that into my pedagogy as well because every child has their own identity and is valued in a learning space. As you may have heard throughout this slide, my key values are kindness, honesty, and respect, not only for myself but for others that I meet. I also respect the diversity and for the stories everyone carries with them as it shapes who they are as a person and tells us a little bit about where they came from. This photo below is a photo of my father's hands, and it reminds me of where my values came from. My dad taught me that everyone has a story worth listening to, no matter what their background is, or their beliefs, or their differences in life. Whilst discussing in our group our key values, we found that many of our values, like kindness, honesty, and resilience, came from our families' cultures or lived experiences. Some of us were shaped by religion, and others were shaped by migration or even moments of hardship that we've all experienced. We all agreed that understanding these values is key to being an empathetic educator. Reflecting on these 5 slides, it has really helped me recognize how deeply my cultural identity shapes my perspective as an educator. And it also reminds me to honour the diverse identity of the children that I teach and to create a space where their stories are valued but also recognised as being part of our learning environment. Thank you for watching my PowerPoint and have a great day.